Y'all don't smell that big old pine note in the beginning? Hey guys, this is Muffet here. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you decided to click on my thumbnail today. And I hope you're having an amazing day. And if not, I hope that this video gives you some sense of joy, puts a smile on your face, okay? So I hope your fall is going well. Mine is going pretty amazing. Today, I want to talk about my unpopular opinions about fragrances that have recently been released for the fall. Some of these I'm super impressed with. Some are good, some not so much, but I just want to give you guys my honest and what seems to be unpopular opinion about these fragrances. I want to go over what I think about them. Also, will I buy or will I pass on these fragrances? If you are interested, please stay tuned. I am so excited to share my opinions with you. And please, guys, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, if you resonate with what I'm thinking, as I explain to you guys my opinions, okay? All right, let's get started. So I would say about half the fragrances that I'm going to mention today, I got in a scent split. And what a scent split is that you join a fragrance group, or you have a group of people that want to try out a fragrance. So one person will literally buy a bottle of that fragrance and then sparse it out and give a decent amount of samples to all the other people that are in that group. So I've gotten a significant, a decent size amount of samples. I'm going to show you right here. Yeah, so I got a decent size of samples of the fragrances that I'm going to mention today. And yeah, I've had some time with these fragrances, and I'm going to share with you my thoughts on it all. Let's start off with Parfum de Marly's Althair. This is the size sample that I got. Excuse my little nubs. I have not done my nails yet for the next couple weeks, so I'll do it later today. No judgment. So this is a warm, spicy vanilla fragrance. And Parfums de Marly is marketing this towards men. Okay. So my first opinion, before I even get into the specifics of the notes of this fragrance, y'all, this is a masculine fragrance. Y'all don't smell that big old pine note in the beginning? I find it so funny that every single time I see a review on this fragrance, people are saying, oh, I don't know why it's marketed to men. This is unisex, or it's leaning feminine. And I'm just like, what are y'all talking about? It's marketed to the men because it is a masculine fragrance. Okay, so I'm just going to read you the notes. The top is cinnamon, bergamot, and cardamom. The middle notes are bourbon, vanilla, and elemi. And let me just explain elemi, because we're going to talk about that soon enough. But elemi is part of the resins and balsams group. Now, I love resin and balsams. I do. It adds a nice savoriness to a fragrance. And the odor profile is that elemi has a very fresh, spicy, piney, balsamic smell with a citrus facet. There's also musk, ambroxan, praline, guaiac wood in the base. All right. Okay. So this here, to me, I smelled different things in 3 stages of this fragrance. When I first spray this fragrance, I immediately get that elemi or elemis. Y'all, I find it so interesting that no one else is smelling that big old pine note in the beginning. This is a piney, like a pine corn, sweet, warm vanilla, but it's not sweet and feminine sweet. It's sweet and male type of sweet. So I get that elemi, that pine corny type of scent in the beginning and the middle of this fragrance. I also get the vanilla in the beginning. It is a nice vanilla. It is a nice vanilla in the beginning, and then in the middle, I'm getting still the vanilla, and I'm still getting that pine, but then I start to smell the cardamom and the cinnamon in this fragrance. And then by the time this hits of the final dry down, I get a warm, sweet vanilla. The pine note is there, but it's not as strong as in the top, in the beginning and in the middle of this fragrance of while it's drying down. But still, like, I think this is definitely a masculine fragrance. Now, as far as it just being a good fragrance alone, like for a guy. Now, would I want to smell this on a guy? Probably not, because I just don't like the fact that all the notes that I like, you know, in a fragrance are mixed in with pine, you know? It's just not my zhuzh, you know? I think if they would have taken the LME out, this fragrance would be great, and it would be truly unisex, and it would be definitely, a woman can wear this and her femininity will still be noticed, you know, like it's still there. So so overall, Althair, I think it is okay, and it's definitely a masculine fragrance, and that LME note is just throwing it all off for me. So this is definitely pass. I will not be purchasing a full bottle of this. I'm gonna probably give this to away. I'll probably give this away to somebody. I don't know. I ain't got no man. Anyways, so yeah, I'll give this away. Up next is Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion, and this is the size bottle that I got. I've been spraying it, especially when I first got this. I was spraying a lot of this, but I have noticed that this does not last long on my skin, so I happen to, you know, spray it a lot. So let's just go over the notes really quickly. This top note is candied lemon. Then we have orange blossom in the middle, and vanilla is in the base of this fragrance. This is a beautiful fragrance. It really is. This is what I would have wanted Guerlain's double Spiritueuse double Vanille, that one there. That's what it would have been nice if that one smelled like this one, because I feel like that fragrance right there is such a green, it's such a green vanilla. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's like a green with a tint of vanilla. Not my thing. But this right here is actually really good, and I love when a citrus is candied. It adds something, oh my gosh, it adds something so gooey and sweet and pleasant to the citrus. It's really, really nice. So as far as me purchasing this fragrance now, it really is nice, but I have issues with this lasting on my skin. So what I'm gonna do is let this sit some more and see, you know, how it lasts on my skin. You know, Joma Shop had this on sale like a couple weeks ago, and I almost pulled the trigger, but I was like, nah, don't get it just because it smells good. You want to get it because it smells good and it has some good quality to it. So I don't want to spend money on a fragrance and it's going to be so fleeting and not going to last too long. But yeah, I do feel like this is a good fragrance, but I'm just not sure if I'm going to be purchasing a full bottle of this. So this is Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana, and I would say I'm still thinking about it. So it's not a buy, not a pass. I just don't know yet. But yeah, get your nose on this if you can. It is a nice fragrance. Next up, you guys, is the infamous Rehab's Choco Musk, y'all. This fragrance has been on my mind for a while, and I'm gonna actually put on the screen below the two influencers that kind of finally influenced me to purchase this fragrance. It's inexpensive, but I didn't feel like pulling the trigger. I mean, even though it's inexpensive, I still don't want to throw my money at something and it not be that great. But I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get this fragrance. And y'all, this thing right here is really, really nice. This is a beautiful milk chocolate fragrance. Now, the name of this is Choco Musk. It's not that musky to me. Immediately when I spray this, I get vanilla, I get milk chocolate, I get the cinnamon. I get the cinnamon, I get the myrrh. This is a beautiful fragrance. And I immediately compared it to Chocolate Queen by Nabatis Perfumes, because that's the other chocolate fragrance, milk chocolate fragrance that one's more of a Tootsie Roll fragrance. This, I feel, smells more like chocolate than Chocolate Queen. Chocolate Queen is almost like a Tootsie Roll queen. This is chocolate. And one thing I don't like about this fragrance is that it does not last that long, and it's not strong projecting. And when I want to smell like milk chocolate, I want that to project. I want to continuously smell that milk chocolate on my skin. And Chocolate Queen, it has that projection and it has that lasting power on my skin. That's the only downside, but then you get what you pay for. This is like what, $16-17 on Amazon. So you know what I'm saying, it don't hurt to just continue spraying, you know, I guess. But I will definitely let this sit some more and see how it macerates and see if it's stronger in the future. I have a bunch of body care that I would love to wear this with, so y'all, just you wait and see. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna do a lot of things with this Choco Musk. But yeah, I think it's worth your coin. This is definitely a buy, clearly because I bought it. Yeah, but this is really good. So this is definitely not a pass. Definitely get your nose on this, okay? It's under 20 bucks. It won't hurt you. It won't hurt you, I promise. This is a beautiful milk chocolate fragrance. Up next is a fragrance that I just checked out today and I don't see it on the website anymore, so I'm actually going to email the company and see if they're ever going to have it back in stock. So this here is Banan Burlee, and this is by Daukens Arome. So I've been loving this. This is definitely a purchase for me. This is the prettiest, sweetest banana fragrance. It's a candied banana. This smells just like the Laffy Taffy, banana Laffy Taffy, y'all. It smells so good, like almost like you can drink the Laffy Taffy. It's so good. And it's not, it is gourmand, but it's like, it has some perfumey essence to it. So it's not too foody. Guys, oh man, I smell that sweet banana Laffy Taffy. I smell some vanilla in here, some caramel. This is really, really beautiful. And yeah, this is really nice. This is also a clean brand. So I will be keeping you guys posted on if and when this will be back on their site, because this is an absolutely amazing fragrance. The projection on this is really, really great. And also, I think it lasts on me, what? Probably like 6 or 7 hours. Yeah, I remember smelling the wafts coming off my skin and off my clothes throughout the day. And I was like, yeah, I have to have this. So with what I have right here, I'm definitely going to be savoring this because I don't know if they will be back in stock at any point. So, but just, you know, keep this on your radar for now. And I'll keep you guys posted on if they will have this back on their website. This is Banan Bernard, and this is by Daukens Arome. Next, you guys, is MoonLight, and this is by Pana, Dora. Sit right here. And I actually feel like this is a pretty fragrance. So the main accords on this one is that it is sweet, fruity, warm, spicy, chocolate, woody, tobacco, and citrusy. So I'm like, okay. I take a look at the notes and I see plum, mandarin orange, chocolate, clove leaf, fruity notes, peach, tobacco, white chocolate, cedarwood, vanilla, amber, musk, and honey. Okay. You guys, this fragrance has a lot of the notes that I absolutely love. I love plum, orange, chocolate, fruity notes, peach, tobacco sometimes, white peach, cedarwood, vanilla. And I love all these fragrances, but that clover leaf in there, the clover leaf in here, I feel like it turns this fragrance to be a masculine fragrance. And I still think this is a great fragrance for a guy. I really do. I would love to smell this on a man. Oh yeah, that's really good. And the tobacco in there is smooth. It's not, ugh, you know what I'm saying? It's not, ugh. Yeah, it's just right. So y'all, if you're out there, if you're looking for a fragrance, the holidays are coming up. If you're looking for a fragrance for that person, that man in your life, whatever the case is, try and sample this out. I think this would be really great for a guy, especially in cooler weather. I really like this. So yeah, this is MoonLight by Pana, Dora. Up next is a fragrance that I know a lot of you guys love. It's a cult classic. It is Spiritueuse Double Vanille by Guerlain. Now, this fragrance, I remember I was looking for it every time I went to go smell fragrances at the mall. And finally, when Saks had that whole line there, I was like, okay, time to me to get to sniffing. And what I noticed about this particular line is that, let me get the name of this line. Hold on. So the name of the collection that the next two fragrances I'm about to mention belong to the Guerlain L'Art La Matière. I don't know if I said that right. But the first one's going to be Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Okay, so I remember when I was looking all around because I really wanted to smell that fragrance, and Saks Fifth Avenue finally had it in their store. So I went over there and I smelled a bunch of their fragrances, and every single one I smelled, it was so airy, you know? And I don't know if that's because it's supposed to be really, really refined, or I just don't know what it is, but it was very faint. And I feel like if it's going to be that exclusive, I want to smell you more. I want you to be more potent. I want to smell multiple notes within a fragrance. And I was very disappointed with that whole collection. So, that's no exceptions for Spiritueuse Double Vanille, y'all. I keep hearing so many people talk about how amazing this fragrance is, so I couldn't wait to smell this fragrance. So this is supposed to be a vanilla that's warm, ambery, and spicy and balsamic. All I smelled when I went to that store was green and vanilla. I didn't smell any incense. The notes in here read that there's incense, there's pink pepper, there's bergamot. Smelled none of that. Cedar, smelled that. Ylang ylang, no. Bulgarian rose, no. Jasmine, no. Benzoin, a little bit, and vanilla. So this was mostly a cedar, vanilla, and benzoin fragrance. There was some green in there somewhere, and I was disappointed. I was like, are you kidding me? I know fragrance is subjective, but goodness gracious, I just don't understand why there is a massive amount of people that really, really like that fragrance when it's just not really what I believe that it's cracked up to be. What I really did like is the Angelique Noire one now. That one smelled more like vanilla than Spiritueuse Double Vanille. What's interesting to me is that the Angelique Noire has the Angelique plant in there, and I don't really get that it's very green. I get that the Spiritueuse Double Vanille is way more green than the Angelique Noire. The Angelique Noire is a smooth, sweet vanilla. I see that there's pear in here, there's jasmine, there's caraway seeds. This is the type of fragrance where you look at the notes and then you smell it and you're just like, are they the same thing? Yeah, it doesn't smell like the notes, but yeah, a true sweet, smooth vanilla is Angelique Noire, and Spiritueuse Double Vanille is a green fragrance with a hint of vanilla. That's something that I definitely would love to get because it smells really, it smells classic. It smells cozy. It smells feminine. It smells like it's amazing for all year round. Like that fragrance along with the Vanilla Diorama by Christian Dior, their fancy little line, that one smells good too. And that's another thing that I noticed with their line as well, their fancier collection. I don't know the name of it, but the bottles that look like, I'm going to put it on the screen, those are very airy as well. But the Vanilla Diorama one, that one is on my wish list as well. But yeah, those are just my opinions about those special collection fragrances. Last but not least is a cherry fragrance that is a new release from the Seven Virtues. Now, I'm holding off on getting certain fragrances that are at Sephora just because their sale is coming up, their VIB sale. So I think the Rouge one starts on the 27th. Best believe I'm gonna make my purchases on the 27th. Best believe. Okay. Anyways, so this particular fragrance is Cherry Ambition, and this is by the Seven Virtues. And y'all, I'm really excited because I feel like at this point, I kind of have an idea of what the Seven Virtues DNA is like. And I feel like with what they've done with their fragrances so far, they're going to do something so classic and so amazing with this Cherry Ambition. So by me, I get the Sephora that's in the Kohl's. So I call them, they don't have that perfume in their store yet. And usually if I want to get everything that Sephora has, I have to go an hour away, drive an hour away to go to one of their stock stores, standalone stores, and their, you know, Seven Virtues, the newer releases and things like that will be there. So if I don't get to that mall, which is an hour away before the sale, I will be blind buying this bad boy. I sure will. And I'm also going to create a video in the next week or so telling you guys of what is on my shopping list, or what is in my cart for Sephora. It's going to have fragrances, and it's also going to have makeup, maybe some hair products, as I'm actually trying to use up my hair products. So I don't know if I'm going to get any hair products, but makeup and fragrance, maybe some skincare will be in that video. But you guys, let me just read you the notes of this Cherry Ambition. This is a warm, spicy fragrance, and the key notes are cherry, saffron, and vanilla. You guys, how can you go wrong with cherry, saffron, and vanilla? I can't wait. I cannot wait for this fragrance. Well, I'm going to have to, but I can't wait still. And I just have a feeling I'm really, really going to like this fragrance. Now, I just want to talk about the whole note of cherry, okay? When I first started getting into fragrances, spring of last year, I was hearing so much about this Lost Cherry by Tom Ford. Yeah, I bought it up. I don't care for Tom Ford fragrances. They don't last long and they're expensive. They're not worth it. Anyways, but as far as for the Lost Cherry, when I went and smelled the Lost Cherry, I was just like, I was very underwhelmed. And I didn't understand what the hype was about the cherry that's in Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. That cherry, it doesn't smell. Nothing is done with that cherry to make it classy, to make it classic, to make it addictive, in my opinion, because other fragrances have done pretty well with that fragrance. Okay, for example, so Escada. Escada had this fragrance out called Cherry in the Air. This was probably maybe 5 to 7 years prior. And I was in love with that fragrance. And I got the travel size and I got the full size bottle. But then this past spring of last year, I was getting into my clean fragrances, clean body care, clean makeup, all that kind of stuff. And I just gave away all of my fragrances without even, I tried to check if they were phthalate free, but if I couldn't find it, before I started emailing companies and confirming with them, I was just giving them away. And little did I know that Escada was phthalate free. So I could have kept that fragrance. And now when I went online to go and buy the fragrance again, they're trying to sell that fragrance for $200 something, $300 something. And I was just like, I'm not paying that much for this Escada fragrance. However, I do feel like the way they did that cherry in there, it was absolutely gorgeous. You could smell the juiciness of the cherry, the tartness of the cherry. You know how you eat the cherry and you're finished eating it, and you can taste that. Taste also has a smell at the same time. So you can taste and smell that tartness from the cherry. It was absolutely beautiful. I got comments on that so many times, and I just did not realize what kind of gem that I had in my possession. So that, I think, was a really amazing cherry. They have a new one called Cherry in Japan or something like that. I haven't smelled that one, but yeah, I really missed that cherry, and I wish there was something that was along the lines of Cherry in the Air. Hopefully, Cherry Ambition will be that one. I know there's also Room 1015 Cherry Punk, and I never even bothered to smell that fragrance because I don't like leather, so I didn't see the point of me even trying to try it. You know, there's no point. So I really hope that Cherry Ambition is like gonna redeem the cherry note for me, because Lost Cherry, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, Lost Cherry was just not it. It wasn't it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And once I actually smell Cherry Ambition, I'm going to definitely let you guys know what I think and if it does redeem the cherry note, okay? Okay, thank you everybody for staying tuned and watching to hear what my unpopular opinions are about recent fragrances that have been released for the fall. Let me know what you guys think below, if you agree with me or not. And if there's any other options that you feel I should try out and let you guys know what I think. Let me know. I'm really interested in trying new fragrances and seeing what I think about those. So until next time, you guys, enjoy life and always remember to take care of yourself, okay? I will see you in the next one. Bye.